Is legendary guitar player Mick Mars running low on time due to his painful arthritis condition? Stick around to learn more. Welcome to Rockive. It is very well known that Mick Mars has suffered his whole life from a very rare form of arthritis called ankylosing spondylitis, which is defined by the National Institute of Health as, quote, a type of arthritis that causes inflammation in the joints and ligaments of the spine. It may also affect peripheral joints like knees, ankles, and hips. Normally, the joints and ligaments in the spine help us move and bend. Former guitar player Mick Mars has suffered from this disease since his teenage years, as far back as high school. As a guitarist cited a joint memoir with other Mötley Crüe members called The Dirt. While it is well known Mars has been suffering from this condition most of his life, he has always been a huge advocate of medical research and tries to help inspire others who are suffering from the disease. While Mick Mars has been somewhat quiet about his struggle recently and is more focused on promoting his new solo album, The Other Side of Mars, and singles Loyal to the Lie, No Right Side of Wrong, and Undone. He recently spoke on a podcast called Out of the Box, hosted by Jonathan Clarke, to give his fans an update about his health. Mars was mainly on the show to talk about experiences in his former band, Mötley Crüe, and also to promote his new solo album. However, things took a dark turn when host Jonathan Clarke opened the interview by saying, quote, "We hope you are good and healthy." Mars responded, quote, "Oh yeah, I'm fine, you know. My ankylosing spondylitis is what it is. There's nothing I can do about that. From the rigors and the hard stuff, like flying here and doing this, that crap is a little difficult for me to do nowadays because I'm almost a solid bone now. It got a little rough, but that doesn't mean I'm not going to do a lot of music. As long as my brain and hands and legs work, I'm never stopping." As rock fans, it is good for us to see Mars is looking on the bright side of things and continuing to work. The fact he said he is almost a solid bone now is disturbing to say the least. Mars also recalled how before rejoining Mötley Crüe in 2019 for their final tour, which ended up not being their final tour, his condition had become so bad that he had to physically adapt and relearn to play his guitar with a very limited range of motion due to his condition. While it is clear he has adapted very well based on the circumstances, as shown by the massive success of his first few solo tracks, things are still far from ideal from the legendary guitarist Mick Mars. He was asked if he would ever be able to perform a live show again, to which Mars responded, quote, "I wouldn't say if there was like a one-off or a residency for a couple of nights or whatever, I could do that. But it's the flying around, you know? Let's say Japan, which is a 12-hour flight or something. Getting older, and with this crap, it's like a beating. I'm not 30 anymore. I'm 72 years old." While age and his disease are clearly getting into the legendary guitar player Mick Mars, we think all rock fans can agree it is truly inspiring. Mick Mars continues to fight through his painful condition to do what he loves, even if he is basically a solid bone now. All of this in mind, let's not forget Mick Mars is currently engaged in a lawsuit with his former band, Mötley Crüe, over his departure from the band, as he claims the band forced him out and Crüe claims the opposite. Mars recently scored a huge victory in that case, as a judge ruled Mötley Crüe had been withholding documents from Mars and was ordered to pay his legal fees. So on top of dealing with an incredibly painful disease, coupled with a nasty lawsuit with his former band, it is incredible Mick Mars has been able to continue to produce new music to this day. However, this podcast interview we discussed today raises a few questions still. Most importantly, is Mick Mars nearing the end of his music career because of the gradual worsening of his condition? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. As always, leave a like if you enjoyed, and thanks for watching.